All right, Panther fans. We won. That's the end of the video. I'm tired. That's enough. That's enough. I'm tired from celebrating last night. Did not see that coming. I know Stu's gonna tell you he saw it coming all the way. That's okay. If you noticed,
Well, I told
Stu
you,
bought a new razor, and he's feeling good.
I told you we were running out of time, but I saw the way Carolina was just trying to protect the lead, and I knew it was just a matter of time before we turned it up, a couple of gears like we do when we want to,
Right.
and that we were eventually going to tie it and win it. You were like, "Oh, I just want the 1 point." And I said, "Nope,
Yeah.
we got to win that game." And I had a feeling once we went to OT,
Yeah.
after tying the game with 48 seconds,
Yes.
I mean, we've been there so many times before. You're demoralized.
Yeah.
48
totally...
seconds away from winning.
Right.
Okay. And you get tied and you're in shock.
Yep.
And that's why it was 16 seconds. It only took 16 seconds.
Yeah.
And an amazing pass. I mean, again, I just posted something on Twitter that, the national audience got to see why Jonathan Huberdeau is the best passer in the league.
Well, actually,
he passed it from his own goal line.
Yeah.
Just past the center line, right on Ekblad's tape.
Yeah. They didn't get to see it the first time though. They had to wait for the replay because of TNT, which we may as well just drop that now. The whole thing where I go to the other room because I have to post the "We are going to overtime" for Matthias on Twitter, and I come back and I'm seeing a split screen and I'm watching the Vegas game. I'm like, wait a minute, but we're just getting ready to do the face off, and I'm waiting for them, and they totally butchered it. And by the time they came back to the live feed, basically all the time the announcer had to do was, "And here come Ekblad, and oh, I mean, he couldn't even get the words out."
Yeah, it was so important for them to show Jack Eichel's return. Right. That they couldn't do that after the game was over. I mean, you got two top teams in the league in a 2-2 tie game, real exciting game. I mean, just total disrespect.
Yeah, it was.
But I mean, you know what? Screw the national broadcast. I'd rather have Goldie.
Yes.
Ekblad scores and Goldie says, "Let's go home, baby."
Yeah. Much. Yeah. You and me and everybody else combined there. So all right. So the game. First period was chippy as hell, and I guess maybe it was just because we hadn't played in so long, and because a lot of the games that we've been playing recently were just 4-0, 7-2, by the end of the second period. So for whatever reason, I didn't come out. I wasn't ready for the game. If I'd have been on the ice, I'd have been Owen Tippett. I wasn't ready at all last night. It just surprised me how chippy it was. And then I remember Trocheck's on the team.
Well, you got to remember, not only did we beaten them twice, we're only playing them 3 times, but you remember that 4-0 just thumping,
right?
In the first period. So I think Carolina had something to prove. They came out looking for trouble.
Yeah.
And obviously that hit, definitely, in my opinion, should have been a little longer penalty than you got. But that hit on Bennett was just totally uncalled for. And that basically that started everything.
Yeah.
Glad to see how, the team responded.
Yes, very much so.
And, it's like in the past, the Panthers would have just taken that crap. And now it's like, don't mess with us.
Right.
I'd rather use a different word, but we don't want to demonetize your video. But it was really nice to see the guys stepping up. I mean, you're right. It was very, very chippy. Reminded me of the Tampa. So now we got two enemies.
Yes.
That we hate each other, Tampa and Carolina. So whoever we're gonna face, to get the Eastern Conference title, it's gonna be war. It was a war.
Right.
We both said it.
Yeah. No, I have it planned out in my head where we can avoid everybody. Where we win the division and then we play Boston. Toronto pulls something out of their ass and beats Tampa. Then we play Toronto, and somehow magically the Penguins take care of the Carolina Canes, and we end up playing Pittsburgh, and that's our playoff ride. That's our playoff ride to the cup.
Okay.
You take it.
Keep doing that LSD, man.
I'm gonna keep doing it, and when it happens, I'm gonna tell everybody the puppets told me, and y'all are just gonna have to live with it.
Yeah, that's it. Always blame it on the puppets.
Blame it on the puppets. So the hit, I know this one's special to your heart. So let's get into the Marchment hit on Trocheck.
Well, before we do that, let's just talk about, unfortunately, Ekblad has a blast coming, and his stick shatters, and I don't understand. The usual is for a forward to give the defenseman their stick. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
And obviously, you saw what happened. Ekblad was helpless.
Yeah.
So that first goal, which Bob was in the wrong position. Obviously, it went through his legs, and that was a bad goal.
Yeah.
But then we tie it up and again, national audience gets to see another one of our players that doesn't get the recognition. I mean, he gets recognition from the other players, and he's really has gotten the recognition from the commentators, like on the NHL Network. Everybody knows how great Barkov is, but
right.
For the national audience to see one of his patented silky hands move. I mean, he scored that, and you and I were both like, what?
What?
Wow! Holy shit!
That went in, right? Because it was so effortless. Is the biggest thing about it. He just made it look. He made it look so easy. It was like a being child's play. It was like an adult playing with a child.
And then he scored, and then he almost scored another one.
Then he almost got another one. And then he had another chance where it was a weird camera angle. But apparently what ended up happening was he basically had an open net, and instead of shooting it, he tried a backhand pass to Duclair, and it didn't work. And then Lundell did that one time too last night too. They both had a momentary.
I remember the Lundell one. But anyway, okay, so you want to talk about the hit?
Yeah.
First of all, I loved it.
Yep.
And of course, Marchment. I love Marchment. Just gotta love the guy.
Yeah, and I love how he always has the look on his face like, what? I didn't. What's the problem? I didn't do nothing.
That was a Gudis hit.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
He must be taking lessons from Gudis, but oh man, I just like. I'm sure every bone in Vinny's body was like.
Right. Yeah. And then he gets up without his helmet on, skates around.
Right. And I told you, they called a penalty.
Right.
And what did I text you about?
I didn't see it. Well,
what do you mean you didn't see it? I texted you. That should be a penalty on Trocheck for not immediately going to the bench, for playing without his helmet. And sure enough, they call. And I said, and they're not going to call it. And then as soon as I texted that to you, they called.
Right. Yeah. No, you have to forgive me, man. I'm watching the game. I don't know how you guys do it in the middle of the game. I can text during the commercials.
You're watching the game and texting with three people. It's kind of.
I know. I only text during the commercials because I got to put my glasses on. I can't put my glasses on and watch the TV at the same time. I get migraines.
Brain is scrambled eggs, Eric.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was good.
Yeah.
Shut him up.
Yeah, that was a beautiful thing. Him getting the
penalty. On the D'Angelo goal, the puck went in the corner, and it was just a simple case of Jordan Stahl boxing Forsling out.
Right.
And that's how. And you watch the replay, you'll see it. He just muscled them, and of course, he took the puck around the net, threw it up to D'Angelo, and it hit the top of Forsling's skate.
Yeah.
And that's why when it went in, it was in that little box area in the corner of the top corner of the net. Remember, I always talk about that little 6-inch by 6-inch. I mean, it was perfect.
Yeah. It was just an unfortunate deflection, to say the least.
But anyway, so we outshot Carolina 11-2 in the third.
Yeah.
And they were just, holding on to the lead. And of course, what did I say before the game? How important Hornquist is. Hornquist in front of the net. I mean, Anderson saved one on Barkov, where Hornquist was right there. But Hornquist, even when he doesn't score, he makes his presence known. And
right.
That shot by Uyghur went off Hornquist's back, or his butt, or his back, like puck luck. Remember he said no puck luck?
Yeah.
So obviously we got some puck luck on that because it went right to Reinhardt and basically was a tap-in. So
yeah.
48 seconds, gotta love it. How many times has that happened to us over the years?
Yeah. No, that's that. We're usually, I mean, not so much the last couple of years, but previous to that, we're pretty much the team hanging on, which I don't understand. The Canes fans kind of got to be pissed off. I mean, you're at home. You damn know. I mean, you've got the Panthers held to 1 goal. You know that's not going to last. To try and hold on like they did in the third period and just hold on to once they got the lead.
I'm surprised at Brindamore.
Yeah, that's the words I'm looking for. Right.
Yeah, number one, he knows that we can turn it on, and he said it himself. Stole my line. We're a juggernaut.
Yeah.
The offense eventually, you're going to poke the lion eventually, or the bear. Eventually, the bear's going to wake up.
Right.
But what was I going to say?
We were just talking about Brindamore, and
and then obviously the fact that they were playing an aggressive game the whole game. Why change?
Right. Now,
and that we have probably, I don't know if we're still number one, but I thought at one point, if not, we still are the number one team in comeback wins.
Yeah, we must be.
We've done it so many times this year. It's just it's like until that final whistle goes.
Yeah.
You got to play 60 minutes with us.
Yeah. You cannot count.
We play 60 minutes. That's
the difference. That's the biggest difference. And then of course it doesn't hurt that Lucas Carlson had put his hat into the Vezina running last night.
That's definitely going to be in the top 3 at the end of the year when the NHL Network does like the best saves of the year.
Right.
That one is definitely in the top 3.
Yeah, that was, not just once, but then he gets it with his stick and somehow the puck,
it hit the pipe. It went off the second one.
The second one hits the stick.
Straight up, hit the pipe and bounced.
Hit the pipe and bounced. Right. Yeah. It was.
Talk about puck luck.
It was impossible that didn't go in the net. And yeah, there was a lot of that going on last night. I know I said for a while we weren't getting any puck luck. And that was mainly offensively. When we were trying to score, we hit the post a couple of times and we just kept missing chances and everything. But that save by Carlson.
That changes the game.
Yeah. He's starting to grow on me at the very least to where if he was 70 going into the playoffs, I'd be comfortable, depending on what we pick up. There's all the rumors now.
I like how you texted me. I guess he can stay.
Yeah, he can stay now. He can stay now. Yeah, when those guys making those kinds of plays, though, that's playoffs. You know what I mean? It's always that guy that hasn't done jack all year, and all of a sudden, Ryan Lomberg, not that he hasn't done jack, but come on, you're not looking to Ryan Lomberg in the playoffs to score an overtime winner to keep you in the series, and there he is, you know what I mean? So it's those kind of guys that make the difference, and he just has that look about him. And he's got no teeth in the front. You got to love a guy who's just waited until
he's got this side. He doesn't have this side.
You just got to love a guy who's like, screw it, I'll fix my mouth after the season.
No, he puts his teeth in it. That's a funny story, an Islander story.
Yeah,
I'll save it.
We'll save that one. Yeah, but
I almost got my ass whooped for moving somebody's false teeth in their locker.
Yeah, we'll save that one.
I have to tell you about that one. But hey, Ryan Lomberg's another guy.
Right.
Like this tweet that I put in about Hornquist is the one guy I want in the trenches with me during the war. But Ryan Lomberg's another guy. Granted, we don't see his name on the scoring sheet that often, but boy, does he bring it. Whatever that is, he brings it.
Yep. So, with the win last night, the obvious man out when Achari goes in is Owen Tippett.
Obviously,
the question is, where do we put Achari? How do we move things around? I would like to see Hornquist on one of those top two lines and leave, either slide loose to riding over to wing, or let Achari break himself in at wing on that fourth line and move.
Yeah, Achari with Lombard.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I thought all along that Hornquist should be up at the top. I think having all this time off for him to heal up and rest is gonna be huge.
Yeah.
Just like it's gonna be huge for like a Barkov or an Ekblad, but
right.
Hornquist looked like a caged animal last night that was let out. He was banging body. He was all over the place last night.
Yeah, I can't imagine what the hell Pittsburgh was thinking. I mean, I get Mike Matheson if he's turned into a solid defenseman, okay, but unless Hornquist is just like completely, changed his game. If that's how he was playing in Pittsburgh and they were happy to get rid of him, I don't know what the hell they were thinking there, but that's a story for another day.
But I texted you at the beginning of the third, or I don't know, a few minutes into the third. Like, did you notice there's no Owen Tippett on the ice?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw you text about it. Yeah, it looked like they put Barkov back up with Huberdeau, and then I believe they had moved Reinhardt up. They just shortened everything, and yeah, you're right. I didn't see Tippett.
Listen, we know any deal he's going to be involved with.
Yeah,
so
at this point, take him off the ice so it doesn't.
He's like dead man walking. Is that the expression?
Yeah. He had the one shot where he missed, and the announcer's like, "Damn, he could shoot." And it's like, yeah, but we only see that shot like once every 10 games. He'll break out that shot, miss, and he doesn't do it again. And he just kind of like, I've never seen a hockey player like he does so little, but at the same time, he's not like he's hurting you. He's not like out of position, costing goals and crap like that. He's just kind of like out there doing nothing every night. It's the weirdest thing,
I'm telling you, when he gets to his new team, he's gonna do good.
Yeah. There's something energetically. You could just see it when he's skating. He's just not at the same speed and level and intensity as the rest of the guys. You know what I mean?
Because we had such high expectations for the kid.
Right.
Like we did for Lundell, and look, Lundell obviously has exceeded those expectations.
Right.
I mean, you notice if you watch the replay on the tying goal.
Yeah, Lundell's in the front.
8 seconds left.
Yeah.
Who's out there?
Yep. Yeah.
Lundell.
Right. Yeah, I noticed that.
So obviously they have a lot of confidence in that kid, and he plays like he's been in the league for 5 years.
Yeah, he does. That kid is just absolutely.
And he's 20. I mean, he don't win the Rookie of the Year. That's highway robbery.
Yeah, no. What he's going to be in 4 or 5 years, it may not even take that long because he's got that shoot first mentality. So, other than that, I mean, Bobrovsky played a really good game. The defense did what it needed to do. Now, the thing about Ekblad, I watched that. I had the same thought you had about shouldn't somebody have given him his stick. So when I watched the replay, I watched it with that in mind. And in his defense, it was so fast and so quick that he didn't have any option but to just shadow the Canes guy. There wasn't even a couple of seconds there where he could have like leaned over and gotten it from. It was boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, you're right. It was. I would rather have seen everybody covering men than one guy go out of position to give him a stick. I agree. It happened quick, and it was such a weird angle.
Yeah, I know.
Only a lefty can score a goal like that from
right.
That
that's
goalie's left side. Hour watching right
that's
side.
That's a good point. No, Bobrovsky was definitely expecting something else because he was just sitting there like an albatross, like a giraffe, like a baby giraffe. He would just spread out all over the place. So it was just one of those awkward things that just unfortunately went in. But other than that, Uyghur, he didn't have a bad game. He's still bringing the puck in, and it just didn't cost us last night. So as long as they're doing it smartly, but I do believe, because we've seen them like last night where they're both bringing the puck in and it goes well, and I'm starting to, my theory about maybe they were playing too many minutes and getting too tired those last couple of weeks, because that seems to be what happens is they're still trying to carry things in, but then it's like they don't have the energy to fight the other guys off. Or like a night like last night, they had they had their full complement of energy. So it might just be a too many minutes thing, combined with their style. You know what I mean? 25, 27 minutes, that's a lot. And I know one of the other nights, Ekblad played like 29 minutes. I mean, it was just about half the game. And
yeah, especially if you're playing 3 games in 4 nights.
Right.
It'll definitely take its toll. I mean, in Ekblad's post-game interview, he said he was tired, but it was a good tired. I mean, again, I've watched that replay 20 times. Not so much to see Ekblad score on a breakaway, which was really, when you think about it, he scored right under the blocker,
right,
and the body. I mean, he only had a very small window, and I don't know if he meant to put it there or whatever. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
But the thing that I'm just like amazed at is how accurate that pass. It's like, Dan Marino throwing, Tom Brady throwing, an 80-yard bomb.
Yep.
And it landing right in the breadbasket of the receiver. That was just a perfect pass.
Yeah, no, it's a shame we didn't get to see it the first time.
Pass.
So
Huberdeau picked up 2 assists last night, so he's back tied for first, which was great.
Good.
He subtly assisted on Barkov's goal. And Barkov, I thought, had a really good game.
Yeah.
They were holding him, interfering with him. Like I said, the refs missed about 5 or 6 interference penalties that weren't called on Carolina that, they just let them get away with.
Well, Barkov has stepped up his game a little bit there. He used to just let guys, basically beat the crap out of him, and he would just kind of take it and skate off. But now he's given the body, he's given the elbow, he's giving it back a little bit, and that's good to see, because it's got to happen if we're going to win a round. We're going to have with the cup. If we're going to win a round, we need him to play, to his full capacity and not just allow himself to get, abused. And Stahl was one of those guys that would always. It was Stahl and Tavares. Especially Tavares. I mean, we're just whenever we play the Islanders, just Tavares.
Manhandling is the word.
Yeah. And he's not letting that happen anymore.
That win last night was real big for. I don't want to say morale boosting, but that's the word that comes to mind for mentally more than just the 2 points. The fact that not only did we come back with like no time left in the game, but it only took 16 seconds to end it. And the way it ended in such dramatic fashion on national TV, was just got to do wonders for their psyche.
Yeah, well, what I talked about in the article today was that now it's the second season. Season A is done. So we knew in order to have success, we now have to win hard-fought playoff-style games on the road. And that was the one thing we were still a little bit, I don't know. Yeah, we can beat anybody 9-2, but what about 2-1? What about 3-2? Can we win those on the road? And that's kind of why last night I was like, well, I don't know what to expect, so I'm not expecting anything, And I said it then, I say it again. I can't believe we won that game.
It just proves to all of us that we finally have gotten rid of the Panthers are a soft team.
Yes.
We are not a soft team anymore. So anybody that thinks that they could just run us over and that we're not gonna stand up and give it right back, they're mistaken.
Yep. That is
totally. When Bruno Zito came in, he said, "I want to change the culture."
Yeah.
Well,
success.
The culture has been changed.
Yeah.
Now, I think we're done with the game. So let's just
Yeah,
briefly, well, let's just, we'll continue to briefly talk about this, but, there's a lot of rumors going on who we're going to get. And now, Claude Giroux's name's been thrown out there.
Right.
And they say he doesn't want to come here, which I think.
He doesn't? I heard he does.
He says he wants to go to Colorado, but I think if an offer was made for him to come here and play with Barkov, do you really think that he would say, nah, I don't want to go down where the beaches are and I could go to practice in shorts and I get to play with Alexander Barkov?
Right.
Nah.
Well, I guess his feeling is I guess his feeling would be wherever he's going to go, they're going to have they're going to have a big advantage to win the cup. So if he feels like he's the final piece, hopefully he doesn't go to Colorado. If he does, we just need Vegas. Who won last night, by the way? Did Vegas?
No, Vegas? Colorado 2-0.
Jeez,
it was 0-0 after 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a back and forth game.
Yeah.
I didn't realize because I when I turned the game off the other night, Colorado was up, but Dallas beat Colorado 2 nights ago.
Yeah, I actually saw that score when I finally looked at the standings for the first time in the week.
Yeah, we got to just forget about the standings and the President's Trophy. It's all bullshit. We just got to focus and win the division and start there, and then win our first series. And once we get that weight off our shoulders, then they could take a little sigh of relief and then focus on the big prize.
Right.
But the key again is just staying healthy. We can't afford to lose anybody.
That's it.
That would just be, no matter who it would be devastating.
Now the only other thing, and this is just off the top of my head. I put no thought behind this, but I've kind of talked about if we get a winger and we get like a veteran, sturdy type defenseman, not like a star type of guy. There's also the possibility where if they decide to move Hornqvist up into that top 6, right? I don't know who's available, but you never know if there's like a bottom. A fourth line type of guy out there that would replace Hornqvist on that line.
Yeah, but at that point, I don't think we make a move.
Right, because we're bringing back Achari.
We have assets.
Yeah.
And I really don't think it's, urgently needed that we, get a defenseman. I just don't. I mean, Carlson played solid last night. You didn't hear any. I mean, I didn't see any screw ups by him last night.
No, but then
Montour, obviously, he hit the post, and I don't know if he hit the post at least once, maybe twice. But Montour is solid.
Well, now let's rewind to after Ekblad's injury last year when we all thought we had it set with the defense. Then, the Carlson's playing well. I'm comfortable with him being 70. If he's 60, somebody other than Ulevy better be 70 because that kid can't stay healthy and there's nothing else. So that's my biggest thing is even if you want to leave the 6 we have, we need somebody that if one guy goes out, we've got an experienced veteran, solid defenseman there at 70 that we can pop in that's not going to hurt us because Levy doesn't have really the experience and he can't stay healthy anyway. And past that, what are you going to do? Prisky out there? He's on IR too. That's right. So that's my biggest thing is we need a guy. Where we put him, I don't know, but we need a guy.
Yeah. Well, if anybody can pull it, like I said to you, it might not be Chikrin, it might not be Sherrod, it might be some guy like. We've never heard of. I never heard of Gustav Forsling before we got him, and I got to see him play.
Yeah.
Zito's got the eye for talent, and I don't think he's going to make a deal just to make a deal. I think he's going to get somebody that, number one, is going to be solid playing, and number two, is going to be a good addition to the chemistry in the room. And if that guy doesn't meet those two criterias, I don't know if he does a deal. I mean, why is there pressure that he's got to do a deal?
Right. No, getting Achari back is huge. Like we've talked about, to me, we need, but it's just a slight need. We need a winger. We need a defenseman. But
yeah, we might not have to get a winger if Achari comes back the way we know he can play.
Right.
Then there's no need to trade for a winger.
Well, it depends on if we get rid of Tippett and Vetrano. And if we get rid of both of those guys for a defenseman, Achari moves in, Hornquist moves up. Now you're left with a bench of Mammon and Thornton to go into the playoffs.
And there you go. You got Mammon that's sitting.
Right. You got Mammon that's sitting. Oh, I think he's hurt too, though. I'm pretty sure a lot of these guys are I don't know if they're just using the IR for cap space right now, but they're moving a lot of guys. Like they put Thornton on IR yesterday, as far as I saw. So they're moving a lot of guys around. I don't know if they're really hurt or what the deal is, but they're doing something funky there. With
the guy that's right now left out in the cold is Vetrano.
Yeah. No,
it's evident that he does not factor in with the future plans of this team.
Right.
So, he's kind of put himself in a Vinny Trocheck position.
Yep, exactly.
Which is okay with me because he's done crap. He's done nothing all year.
No, so, at least Trocheck, Trocheck was a much better player, obviously. But that was still beautiful seeing that last night. That was,
oh man,
that was because we've been on the bad end of that last year a lot. They kept beating us in every game. They would beat Trocheck score, and he just want to reach into the TV and wring his little neck with that damn little smirk he gets.
And you're right, Marchman skated away like
I don't know. I don't know nothing. What I do? Exactly. Yeah.
But it shows you how important a player he is.
Yeah. No, I didn't see it at first. I wasn't sure what this kid's role. But now, when you have a team where everybody's able to play their role, then you really start to see what their role is, right? I mean, Marshall was playing on the top line last year. So you're watching that going, just come on, we got to be able to do better than this. And so you didn't really see what his game was because you're just looking at it going like, maybe he'd be a good third or fourth liner, but come on, we need a real winger for Barkov. So I think now that people are in the right position, then you can actually see what their real skills are. So
if Barkov had a sniper like a Jeff Carter or a Tyler Sagan, a guy that can just snap off a wrist shot and score 30 goals.
Yeah.
That first line would just be
I know. In other words, if Owen Tippett would have become what he was supposed to become.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's not, it's you're kind of chuckling about it, but that's exactly the point.
Right.
A kid with so much potential. Or maybe we had too high of expectations for him and the pressure was too much for him.
Yeah. I mean,
and now he has just no confidence.
No. He needs a fresh start.
You could see, man, the guy doesn't even. I don't even think I've ever seen him smile.
Exactly.
Even when he scored that goal, he scored a couple of games ago. I mean, granted, I think, we piled it on that game, but still.
Yeah.
Just, it's a sad situation for him. But like I said, whoever gets him, he's going to be a different player.
Right.
He's going to have that weight off his shoulders. And I think he's going to thrive wherever he goes.
Yep. Hope so. All right. We good? We're done? All right, guys. So today being Thursday morning, we got hockey tomorrow at 8:00. So Elishan will be at 7:00.
Yeah. What is it? ESPN Plus?
Tomorrow's ESPN Plus. Yeah. So now last night on the stream, I do an hour stream before the game. I gave away this Bobrovsky card. We had a little trivia contest.
Let me see that.
So this is from 2015.
Okay.
He's in the Columbus. It was just the first card in the stack that I have over here. Now, for those of you who want to come out to the stream, we got to get to 30 likes. That's the first thing. We get to 30 likes in the stream, I give the card away. Now, it's not Panthers trivia. In fact, Stu, were you there the entire time? Were you there for?
No.
All right, so I'm going to ask just Stu the trivia question. We'll see if he can figure it out. Stu, how do you spell dog backwards?
How do you spell what?
How do you spell dog backwards?
A trick question. D-O-D.
No, damn it. And I was hoping you'd get it right off the bat. Since you know it's a trick question.
I'm not thinking about answering any questions right now.
This is how you spell dog backwards. D-O-G-B-A-C-K-W-A-R-D-S.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, but it pissed off Steve because Steve thought he had it, and it pissed you. If you would have saw the chat.
Hey, listen, if you like the video, hit the like button.
Yeah.
Definitely got to subscribe to the channel because we got some more good stuff coming. And hit that notification, whatever that is.
Yeah,
so
the notification
when we
bell.
put up a video. That's all.
That's it. All right, guys.
That's all I got.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow on the stream and the recap, and then Stu and I'll be back Saturday morning with the review.